everybody, and welcome again to Wednesday. We are so excited to have you here with us. If you haven't been paying attention, we've been having some incredible times on Sundays. But before I get into that, hey, we've got some special guests with us today. Jonathan Foley and Corrine Zavoda, and of course my lovely wife Celine. They've got some things they want to share with you, but I just got to tell you, I'm really impressed with the resilience of Word of Life Fellowship. Your passion to gather has blown our mind. This last Sunday, we had our Sunday evening gathering together outside on Munchkin Field to celebrate the Crosswalk Graduation. I don't know how many people we had, but they were diligent to come with their blankets and their parkas because it was freezing.
But I just stayed moving.
You just stayed moving, but it was really fun. It was great to get together. I want to thank you all for coming. This last Sunday was our second time in person having church services, and I've been proud of the amazing job our video crews have been doing providing online services. But man, it was great to get back together again. And this coming Sunday, we're going to continue our experimentation. We're going to be having one service in person on campus at 10 a.m. We will be streaming live the entire service. So those of you who cannot make it, either because you're in New York or Scotland, or because you're being careful about our COVID pandemic situation, this will be streaming live, but we'll be here on the church campus. We'll be complying with our state guidelines, having 100-person maximums, but we'll be in the sanctuary, in the fellowship hall, and a special family service in the junior church.
Samuel Company.
Yeah. Celine's got some more announcements with more detail about that.
Well, hello everybody. Once again, it's good to be back. I am so excited that we are finally getting together in person though, and we are looking forward to being able to have more people in one building at a time. Yay. So hopefully that's not too far down the way. But we just wanted to let you know about a couple of things. Before I forget, tonight there will not be a prayer call, but there will be foundations class available, and also the Infused High School Youth Group is starting up tonight, so you should have received an invite to that if you're in high school. But if not, be sure to get in touch with Kenan. But we are really excited. We're gearing up for some summer sessions here. For midweek, we are going to do things different this year, and what else is new, right? This year is just different. So we just thought we'd follow the curve here with that. And
Riding the wave.
Yeah, we're going to ride the wave. So we're going to do some small groups in homes and in different places, also some places here on the church campus. So you're going to be getting an email about that, and so if you don't get it in the next day or two, give me a call or text me and let me know, and we'll make sure that you get it. But you're going to want to get signed up on that. It's going to be fantastic. In fact, it's part of our reason that we have Miss Corrine with us, and I'm going to let her tell her story, but we are just excited about all that God's doing and what's going to be happening. And so join us. And I want to introduce Pastor John. He's been super busy. We've had a lot of great things come out of COVID, and he has been in charge of a lot of things here on church campus to get those things done, and whether they've been physical or some new programs. So we're going to ask him to share what those would be.
Yeah, well, we have totally gone through the junior church, changed colors, got cool features installed. Jane Lusich came to us back in February. God woke her up with this crazy vision of what the junior church needed to look like, what changes needed to come. And at that point, I just looked at her and was like, Jane, this is a lot of work, but we can get a few things started. And so we got a few furniture pieces and did a few changes in the foyer. And then COVID happened. And so we got the opportunity, while nobody was there, to go through the whole building. So I'm super excited about that.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's fresh, it's creative. We'd had some great eyes and talents contribute to how to just set this place up. Especially a big thank you I want to give to George Wario, Rose Camara, and Ashley Ball, who really came up with some great ideas. Deb Lusich and Lisa Fernandez also contributed in amazing ways. And so when you come, I hope you enjoy. But what God is doing through all this is, I believe, contributing to this fresh start for us. And included in that is something Corrine Zavoda is contributing to. God has been just setting the table and waking people up and inspiring people like he did with Jane. And that's what he's done with Corrine. And so we're getting ready to bring to the table a really great opportunity to our families in Word of Life Fellowship, and really any families outside of Word of Life Fellowship that you know that might be interested in really seeing this next step in life being sure, being solid. And so, Corrine, God showed you some stuff. Give us a little background. What happened? How did this occur for you? And what Samuel Company is, being added to through your vision.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so honored to even be sitting here with you guys today. And I'm excited to tell you all of the amazing things God did in my life during COVID. We all know it was kind of a national reset. We just had so much time on our hands. And so I had this amazing prophetic word sitting in a drawer that I knew that I needed to study out. My amazing mentor, Maria, she had taught me recently how to really study out my words and how to, apply them to me. And so I knew that that was sitting there, and it just kind of kept tugging my heart. I also had another dear friend tell me, hey, what about that word? I was in church with you and that was amazing. And so she really just kind of saw that and prompted it. And so I finally pulled it out and I studied it out, and just so many personal, amazing things came into that. But what the Lord gave me was an assignment, and it was right around the time where Pastor Shelley and Celine were talking a lot about generational responsibility. And being a teacher in this community and a mom of 3 young children, I really took that message to heart, because I feel this amazing sense of responsibility to the children in my life, that I am blessed to be, have some authority over them and how to just manage that. And so my prophetic word really tied into that, which was amazing, the timing to pull that out. And so I studied it out the way Maria taught me, and the Lord just really downloaded some things to me. And he told me essentially that I needed to write foundations for kids. And I was so excited about that. And I just kind of held it close for a couple days, prayed into it. And then I just got to work and started writing. And so he just showed me specifically how to operate with this idea, but also taking that generational responsibility and the legacy of how to pass what has already been created, because there's so many hours that have been spent with those notes that, love and just heart and soul poured into those notes. And so I wanted to honor the legacy that's already been created and just make them tangible for kids, which is really exciting. So it didn't stop with just kids. God gave me this whole template to break it down by span for K2, 3, 5, and 6, 8, because obviously how I explain something to a 3-year-old would be completely different of how I would, explain it to an 8th grader. So I've had the pleasure of going through those notes, and I've kind of gotten started on this thing. So just breaking it down and taking out, praying through it and just saying, okay, God, what is your heart for the kids in this lesson? And how would I explain this to my own daughter who, is turning 5, she's going into kindergarten. And so it's been really cool to just create that. And I'm really excited for parents to have that, because especially in a time right now, it's so easy to look around and just, I think a common question for a lot of parents right now is, wow, this, the world around us is, what is it going to be like for our kids? I just really feel strongly that this is something we can do. I think I told Pastor Celine we recently taught Macy how to ride her bike without training wheels. And it's like we geared her up in her helmet, her elbow pads, her knee pads, all of these things, right? Because I knew that I would have to let go of that bike. She's up there in Shiloh pedaling, and I knew I'd have to let go. But so it's like I did the best I could to protect her with the helmet and the things. But eventually I had to let go. And it's like that whole situation just really spoke to my heart and what I was creating right now. And I'm like, that's what this is. This is the foundation to give my kids and give the kids, all of the kids, any kid who could be taught
good.
this, because that's what we can do, right? There's so much out of our control that teaching them the foundation before they are adults. I was blessed to learn foundations as an adult, but learning it younger would be tremendous. So I don't know. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah. I gotta say, this is really great. Because for Pastor Pat, this is probably really encouraging. He feels like nobody wants to hear what he has to say. All he's burdened with is this foundational stuff. You know,
Spoken
we want
from my
bigger,
son-in-law.
we want bigger and better, Pat. We want to get beyond the foundation. And yet, Holy Spirit is inspiring people with what is so important.
I'm reading every word, Pastor Pat.
You can't build if you don't got a solid foundation,
That's
right? And that's what Pastor Pat drives home, and to find out that people are actually listening and valuing
What a concept.
what you preach, Pat. This has got to be great news for you.
Well, I got super excited
gosh.
because as I was preparing for these summer sessions and asking how to do that and what God had, I kept saying, but what about the kids? Because the kids are important, and
Yeah,
they
very.
wouldn't have junior church to go to and different things. And so when Corrine just called and said, hey, can I run something by you? I just been getting this download from God, and she shows up to my house with these papers that are amazing and all sorts of great things on them, and worship songs, memory verses, art and movement and things to do, science and math applications, all tied into the foundations of the Bible. I mean, it was phenomenal. I got so excited, and then I was like, okay, so how about this great idea? Would you be willing to start that in small groups during the summer for our summer sessions with families, so that the families can present this truths to their kids and do it with other families and be able to fellowship about the word, so we can teach our kids how to fellowship around the word too. And God bless her, she said, sure, why not? We can pull that off in just a couple of
She's
weeks.
a sucker. She's a sucker.
Anyway, I know Jonathan tried to save her, but anyway, she just is so excited about this, and I literally almost started to cry because I just had that one thing in my mind that I could not find a solution for. So God had it all under control as usual. Shocking, right? But anyway, I was super excited about this. And so, like I said, we're going to be sending out some information here shortly. In the next day or two, that for you guys to get signed up for this. But we're really excited. We believe God is doing great things because, in this pandemic, I've had my share of really difficult days of not being extremely negative about it, but underneath it all, I've known that God is using this for good, and he's taking it and he's resetting things in his church all around. Sometimes I wondered if it was, I said, God, you really didn't reset the whole world, right? Just because you wanted to reset Word of Life, but I know he's resetting the world to get us focused on what is essential. It was interesting how the word essential became such the buzzword, but it is true. We're all having to get back to what is essential, and our foundations are essential. And sometimes you get a crack in the foundation, and sometimes you have to fix it too. So sometimes going back is not a bad thing, but I'm all for the buildings. I like buildings, but anyway, we hope you guys are excited. I know that others of you, God's been showing things to during this time. We want to encourage you to bring them forward and share them with us, because God put that in you for a reason, and there's stuff that's going on, and we want you to be able to share it with us, and we want to do all that God has. We are super excited about getting back together on Sundays live, that we can be together. We appreciate those of you that are coming, and if you don't make it into the sanctuary this week, we'll try to work that out, that we can roll it around. If we continue this way, we do get to hear new orders from the state next week, so maybe it'll change, who knows. But in the meantime, God had also given us a very strange prophetic word a year or so ago, saying that we should practice multiple buildings, multiple services, and different things to get ready for what God was about to do in the earth, and that we would be prepared ahead of time. And we just couldn't figure out how to make that happen. And so God said, fine, you can't figure it out. I got it for you. So he figured it out for us. He gave us the opportunity, the inspiration, because the only way we can meet together is to do it in multiple buildings right now. So join us. I hope you don't mind. It's going to be a great service on Sunday. We are so excited with what's happening. So thank you guys for joining us every week, and it's going to be awesome.
Here we go.
Yes.
See you later.
Or see you Sunday.
Yes.